Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in. Welcome to Conversations with Angel. Tap your screens and share and invite. Tonight, I am coming to you to talk to you all about being mean and messy. Why are there so many people on social media that are being mean and messy? That's right. I want to talk to you all about it. So there's a couple people that reached out to me and was like, Angel, let's talk about it. I'm like, yeah, I want to talk about it. I want y'all to engage with me because, yeah, it's just some mean and messy people out in this world. And so I want us to talk about it tonight. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome to Conversations with Angel. I am your host, Angel Carmel. Thank you so much for the likes. Please, if you are new to my weekly live, hello, Big Ben. If this is your first time, I go live every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to talk about various issues. Sometimes they're funny, sometimes they're highly sexual, sometimes it's relationship, you name it, we're going to talk about it. Hence the reason the name, Conversations with Angel. So I encourage you, if you like to just have dialogue, mature adults, hello, all is well, Pastor Kim. I pray that you are well. Can I have those earrings? Hey, Craig. So these earrings were made for me by one of my coworkers. She has Gullah Creations. I'm in Charleston, and she made these for me. I collect elephants, so thank you so much. Hello. Welcome in, everyone. Please tap your screens. We're going to talk about mean and messy people tonight. I want to engage you. I want to pick your brain. I want you all. My camera keeps falling. My phone keeps falling. Hello, Mo. How are you? I want to get down to the root of it. I want to talk about the science behind, why are people just mean? Have you ever met someone that wakes up and goes to sleep just mean to the point where they can't even function because they're thinking about ways just to be mean? I mean, really? Hello, my beautiful sister, Tanya. You all, please follow one another, especially follow my sister, Tanya. She is in New York for New York Fashion Week. I'm so proud of her and her family. Her brother is the famous designer, Sergio Hudson, and so she was able to see him in Fashion Week, and he is so talented. So welcome her in. Hello, Lori. Hello, Lazette. Hello, Orator. You collect elephants, Renee? Now, I started collecting elephants almost 27 years ago when I became a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. But I since learned that elephants are highly intelligent, and they have a great memory. And an African proverb, when you have them in your house and the trunks are up, when an elephant's trunk is down, he's usually tired or sick. So you want the trunks to be up. I have, the trunks are up, it's curled at the end. But you have them in your house and you have them facing the door so that you can bring in prosperity into your home. So for you fellow elephant collectors, make sure that they're facing whatever room they're in, they're facing the door so that in that space in your home, it brings in prosperity. Yes, elephants are super intelligent. So everyone, tap your screen. I've shared the live with some people that want to come in. I'd love for you, because I want to talk about people that are just mean, and messy people. I have been on so many lives here on TikTok where people have been just mean. Hello, T Jolly, for no reason to one another. Case in point, you all know, hey, Mississippi, you all know the pastor, bishop, preacher. I've duetted a couple of his videos. He's my TikTok boo. Pastor Randall. I think that, aside from whatever we think may be wrong or right with him, one of the things that I noticed when I was in his live, and I've been in his live a couple times, that there are people that ask to get in his box and berate him. I mean, just completely mean to him, questioning his credentials. Who are we to question someone's credentials? I mean, really. If he's not a preacher, so what? We're called creators on this app. So why is it that there are people that just are so mean to him? I just don't understand it. I want to get into that. I want to talk about, why are people mean on a social media app? Narc. Yes, it might have been the same live that I was in. T-Lodge, some people aren't content unless they are creating havoc. Absolutely. You are absolutely right. And here's the thing. What do you gain by being mean to someone? Cause a hater, yeah, I get it. Haters are gonna hate. I totally get it. But are we contributing to the madness by standing by and watching? Should we get involved? Should we challenge? Why are you talking to him? Now, I was in his live this morning, and there was a lady that came into the box, and she said, why are you all being mean to this man? He hasn't done anything to you. It doesn't change your life one way or the other to be mean. Why? They were even questioning his ability to have kids. That is so mean. That is cruel. He's an older gentleman. I'm quite certain that he may not be interested in having children. But if he isn't, if he is, it's none of our business. Why? Why are we asking people on social media about their ability to have children or not, unless that's the topic of the conversation and the person wants to volunteer that information? I think it's because they can't regulate what's going on in their personal. I see that. Big Ben says people who are mean were brought up by mean people, so they think it's the norm. So you believe, Big Ben, that people that are mean get it inherently because of the way they're raised. Interesting. I don't see anything wrong with that belief. I think that you're probably onto something, because we all are the sum total of our life experiences. We are who we are raised by, who we are around. We take on characteristics of our parents, of our siblings. So I get it. People choose to speak against what they don't know or require something of them. I agree, Mo. And isn't it interesting that sometimes people who don't understand or don't know are the loudest? Have you noticed that? He's like that because your energy is overpowering. Who's like that? I'm not sure. He's like that because your energy is over. I don't understand who you're referring to. They were so wrong to him. I agree. I wanted to get in so bad, but I was like, you know what, Angel, you're at work. That's not your battle to fight. Why, don't get into that. But it's hard. And yes, I do edit some of his videos. I think he's hilarious. I think that he has a lot more sense than people, say that he does. I think that he does a lot of the stuff that he does for satire. I think that it's part of his entertainment. So I indulge. I get into this character, if you will, with these filters and duet videos with him, just for fun. But I'd love to have a conversation with him because he has for the most part his faculties about him, I think. But I'm not going to stand in his box and belittle him. I'm not going to do that. Oh, I'm talking. Hey, Crown, the weakest people are the loudest. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yes. And a lot of times, and we're talking about mean people, and I gave the example of Pastor Randall, Bishop Randall, who's on here. He's an older black gentleman who he's got quite a following, and people are just mean to him for no reason. They are a product of their environment. A lot of it is hereditary and environmental. So Crown, how does one's environment encourage you to be mean? What I'm not saying that I don't agree, but I'm curious to know what subsets feeds into that. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. We're talking about mean and messy people. Right now, we're talking about mean people. We're going to get into messy people in a minute. Lord help us. We're going to get into that later. But mean people being mean on social media. Now, I'm not necessarily talking about trolls. But then again, I am. I've had some people to come in here, and then this is why TikTok likes you to have moderators. But I've had people to come in here and call me out my name. Don't know me from Adam. Most of the time, they don't have a profile picture. They don't have a name. But, I let stuff kind of go. But there has been people that have said some really mean things to me, to people on my panel, to people in the chat. And we don't know each other, y'all. We don't know these people. Why? Some people said mean. So Chloe, what do you mean? Mean is subjective. Tell me what you mean. You all are welcome to come in the box, send me a request. This is not just me. You know how Conversations with Angel, if this is your first time joining my live, I come on every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Now, every Tuesday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every Tuesday I give with Big Keith. We give our NFL highlights and our picks for the coming week. And then every Wednesday is Conversations with Angel. And tonight, we are talking about people that are mean and messy. People that are mean and people that are messy. And guess what? There are people that are both mean and messy. So right now we're talking about mean people. So I've noticed my guest box isn't up. Oh, this happened to somebody that I was in a live with, and I'm trying to remember what the person did. Let's see. You will just cancel. Okay, is it up now? Can y'all see it now? Is the multi-guest up there? It's there now. Okay, good. Okay, good. So if you want to come in the box, you all come in the box. I'd love to hear your input. What tonight is examples and solutions. Every single week, I'll talk about a problem or something that we need to address, but then I like to also talk about solutions. And Chloe knows that she has to come on camera. So you all can come in the box. If you have 1,000 or more followers, you have to come on camera. And we don't name call. We talk, to to everybody politely and with respect, and we are not mean and messy people. Hello, Heart Messenger. How are you, love? Hello, Bossy Nay. How are you? So Chloe, you ready to come on camera, darling?
No.
Yes,
Okay.
you have to come
Hold
on
on, wait.
camera. Huh?
Hold on. I'm gonna drop down, come back in.
Okay, okay. So, user says it is because when they were a child, they were not allowed to say anything. They were always told to shut up. So, is that an excuse to be mean? And I get it. Some people had some extremely challenging. Hello there, Fixer. I know that some people had some extremely challenging childhoods, some troubled childhood. I get that. Is it so? Are they mean intentionally, or are they mean because they don't know any other emotion? They can't help it. They don't understand. Can a person be mean and not realize that they're mean? What do you all think? Can a person be mean and not realize that they're being mean? Or or can a person be is it possible for a person to be mean and they not understand that emotion? Is that possible? Is that possible? Do you all think that that's so? How do you know the difference for someone that's mean just because they wake up and they just decide, I'm going to be mean today? I'm just not a nice person. I don't want to be a nice person. How do you determine the difference? They think it's the norm for them. So, okay. So you would agree or disagree that someone that is like that and they don't know any different, can they change? Can the person suddenly become nice or nicer or not so mean? Yes, I've worked with people like that before. They were mean and didn't even realize it. So, T, let me ask you this. And feel free, you all feel free to come in. Um, they didn't realize it. When it's brought to their attention, did they do better or did they try to do better? Can we can we can we agree what you huh? What are you saying? Come in the box, Joe. What are you saying? Um, yes, they can, but may need therapy to correct the issues. Yeah, there's a lot of people that probably, and there's nothing wrong with therapy, y'all. Nothing. I see a therapist. I think that it's probably one of the most important doctors that you can have. Um, yes, they did. Once you bring it to their attention, they try. So, okay. So T brings up a good point. Consider a bully. They're often masking their own deficiencies by attacking first. I agree with that. And someone earlier said, yes, I love you to the moon and back. Absolutely. Joe, I love you to the moon and back. Um, some people, I, I think you raise a good point. People that don't know that they're being mean and it's just their demeanor all the time, when you bring it to their attention and they try to change from that, I agree. Then you know that they're not doing it on purpose. And people that, hey, Byron, my favorite photographer, people that are mean just because, and you bring it to their attention and they don't care. Or what about people that are mean and you bring it to their attention and they think it's funny? Which is the most dangerous? People that are mean for their own satisfaction, for their own entertainment. I think that that's pretty daggone dangerous. I definitely think that's a dangerous person. Sometimes it's extremely hard for a leopard to change. Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with that. I definitely agree. Um, what about what about people? Let's stop with the people. What about women? What about women? And I want to ask the guys that are in the chat, all the men that are in the chat. Is it
Okay.
a turn off to you when you see women being mean to one another? Hello, beautiful. See, y'all, didn't y'all want to see that beautiful face? I mean, really?
Hey y'all.
So the guys are saying yes. I agree. I definitely think when women are deliberately mean to one another, I definitely think men are watching. And I've said this before in conversations with Angel. I've said men probably are like, how in the hell am I going to take her home and she be good to me with different parts and she can't even get along with people that's got her same parts? I think that men probably measure to a certain degree, and men, you all can correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not a man, but this is an assumption that I'm testing. But I would venture to say that a man, even who is interested in a woman, if he sees her being nasty to another woman, he probably is second guessing how he feels about her, because I don't think men like mean and messy women.
Boys do though. Grown
Boys
boys.
like being a messy. Yes,
Grown boys. Because
absolutely.
I know men that want that type of like spicy woman because that is some for some reason it's like a turn on for them. So I've heard a guy say that before, and to me it's just like okay, I mean whatever you want. But I
So
wanted to oh go ahead.
go ahead and explain. I want you to explain what you were saying, love.
When I say okay, so to me I feel like mean is subjective.
Okay.
I I live in a bit, I don't say the bad neighborhood, but I'm always watchful for myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I literally like I have a thing called a resting bitch face. I'm sure you've heard
Okay.
of it. Normally because of the fact that I just don't want nobody messing with me. And so, they might be like, hey, what's up? It's like that's how it is. And
Mm.
so I'm purposely not connecting because I don't want you to talk to me. And they will literally consider that to be, oh, I'm
Need
mean or
something?
literally all of that. But ultimately, I feel like in some cases, some women don't necessarily, if you too nice, that could be perceived as you have interest and they might abuse that interest. Some men do.
So I think the whole, you know, what is it, RBF and kind of snobbish. I I
Yeah.
I really don't think we could put those in the same
That's
category.
what I'm saying. It's levels to it. So that's like I said
Right.
before, so the women who just are mean just to be mean, I said that in
Mm-hmm.
the comments, those are the weirdos. We're not talking
Right.
about they're that way because fill in the blank. They're broken. They have all of these type of things. Da, da, da. But I usually feel like it's usually a reason for that. I don't think most women are just inherently being mean just to be mean, unless they really do have that deep rooted problem and issue, and that's up to them to be able to take care of and deal with. But when you have certain women who, like I said before, being mean is subjective. Some people might think like, or perceive them people as being mean when they're really just very centered, very, not, nonchalant, you know what I'm saying? Very anti. And that's, they could be doing that as a defense mechanism for, what I'm saying, just protecting themselves. But they could also just be because of the fact that they don't want to be with nobody. Hold on. Give me
True.
a second.
Yeah. So I hear what Chloe's saying. I think though someone mentioned survival face, tough face. You're in the city, you're in New York City. You're not necessarily going to have a, it's hard for me to turn off the smile. Even in New York City,
Yeah.
even if I were in the hood, that's just who I am. Now, I'm not saying that I'm going to, let my guard down and somebody can come, behind me or whatever. I'm not saying that. But I think that you can still have a kind of look about you that isn't mean. I'm talking, what I'm describing is people, men and women, who are adamant about making everyone around their life difficult. So if you have a resting bitch face, that's some people just have that, and it's not intentional.
Yeah.
Some women have that.
Right.
Some women have it on purpose because they're not approachable and they don't want a man to approach them. And I get that. When I say mean people, case in point, okay? So I was at the bank the other day, and waiting in line, there was a disabled person that came in. And I say she was disabled because she was elderly. She wasn't walking with a cane, but she probably should have been. And there was a nice size line waiting at the bank. I was in line waiting. All of the seats were taken by this younger woman, probably in her 30s, and this lady was in her 70s, 80s, easy. Okay. All of the seats were taken by this young lady and her children. And the elderly woman that looked to me to be disabled was waiting for someone in the offices, a banker, to assist her. Now, to me, that young lady did not ask her children, who were probably 10, 12, to get up. They were not waiting to see a banker. They were waiting for someone that was in line with me.
Right.
To me, that was just me. And
Yeah.
and the lady, the older lady, you could tell she was like tired, and she kind of walked with like a limp almost. And she was talking on the phone with somebody, and she was saying how tired she was, and it was so obvious. It was so obvious that she wanted to sit down.
Mm-hmm.
And that young lady she was looking like, Yeah. And I was like, that's mean. To me, that was mean.
Very.
And so I was thinking, like, why are we like this?
Well,
why are we like this?
I get it, and I've seen that so many times. I've seen, pregnant people having to stand at like bus stops or whatever, and nobody decides to like get up. It's like it's not even a thought, you know what I mean? And it's just sometimes that thing is just not. It's just not in people to be that way, but it always comes back to them. And so I feel like you don't have to be in the mood, because I'm not always in the mood to be nice to people. You know what I mean? Like it's not necessarily a thing, but if you see things going on, you have to do that, because of the fact that on a reverse you would want that to be done for you. And usually people don't really feel it or understand it or care about it until it's really them. And they have to be on the receiving end of that type of negative energy. And so that's the only caveat. And that's, like I said, it's just it's a snooty attitude. And usually with those type of people, they don't they have an issue with it being reciprocated, and they also have an issue with have an issue with you calling it out. So if you would have said something right then and there, it'd have been a whole issue. They don't want to be called out for that kind of behavior.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? So I mean, you literally just, but see, I'm a slight bit of an asshole. So I'd have been the
So
person.
would you have said
And I'd be like,
something to
ain't
her?
nobody gave you a seat, man. Here you go, man. I'm sorry, this lady is just so like, that type of thing. But at the
Yeah, I'm not like that. I'm not like
usually,
that.
if I'm feeling in a weird way, usually I just kind of be the quiet person. But if I'm just in a mood and being like, you know what, I think I want to be petty, and so I might go ahead and do that. But at the same time, I feel like it's
Thank you, darling.
some things are in it's a persuasion thing aspect of it too. You know what I mean? Like in that situation, yeah, you're mean, and you were right to perceive that as being mean.
Yeah.
But could it very well be that maybe they were just not in a mood, fuck everybody mood, and they decided to be mean for that moment?
Or oblivious. But here's the thing, and I thought about that at first because I really try to look at both sides. Heart messenger, we got to see your face. You got to get on camera. Thank you, darling. You know the rules in Conversations with Angel. So you said in the chat that we're going to come, y'all are going to come for me on this one. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
So what you just the situation you just described, I don't see that as mean. I just see it as inconsiderate. Because even though they could have been paying attention, it just couldn't have been a thing that was flowing through their mind that, hey, let me give up my seat for someone else. Because not everyone is raised like that. Now, if you're raised like that and someone is with you that knows you were raised like that, to respect your elders and to give up your seat for a lady, give up your seat for, the elderly or a woman or a child, then yeah, you're being an a-hole. But for the general population, that's just being inconsiderate.
So would you?
So what's the difference between being
that? Yeah, can an inconsiderate person be mean, or are mean people inconsiderate?
I don't think they correlate. In my mind, they don't correlate because you can be inconsiderate without being mean.
Right. But can you be mean and not be inconsiderate? I don't think it's possible.
But can you give me an example in that same situation? Can you give me an example of someone that's not mean but will be inconsiderate?
That's not mean, but being inconsiderate?
Yeah.
Or that's mean without being inconsiderate?
Yes.
Both, actually. I mean, if you can.
So for me, being mean without being inconsiderate is making a big deal about giving up your seat. So like making a big commotion of, oh, I had to give up my seat for this lady, but still giving up the seat. That's just being mean.
But if they gave up the seat, that's inconsiderate. That, I mean, see, I think that an inconsiderate person doesn't necessarily be a mean person, but I don't see how mean people ever consider anyone. Because if you think about consideration, if you are mean to people, there is no consideration. Right. So you are absolutely inconsiderate.
You literally, the act of being inconsiderate is you intentionally wanting to be mean. Like if you doing all that stuff with literally no concern for anyone else, then you're intentionally being the proverbial mean. Like you're intentionally being mean. But to me, I feel like it. But like I said before, I feel like it could have been a point to where it's just like, fuck, like I don't care about nobody. Like I'm gonna do whatever. And I feel like being inconsiderate with also being mean could have been that you literally could have acted like you just was in a cloud somewhere and just, because, or you would have walked off because technically you're not being mean, you're walking off because you just didn't know, right? You didn't mean to be like I felt it, I can give an example for a moment where I was mean, but I didn't know I was mean.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like one of those type of moments to where it was like I just said something completely that was in my head, and it just threw it out, and I didn't think about it. I think so. I think we were having like a situation. I was talking to, I believe, somebody. I think with my mom or whatever, and she said something about well, no, I'll tell you about a situation about what a dude told me about my situation. I was sitting there thinking like, oh wow, that's inconsiderate. So I ended up getting laid off of a job or
Yes, Big
whatever.
Ben.
And I told my significant other at the time about the situation, and he sat there and he said something along the lines of, well, you know, you always go, you know what I'm saying, you can go to unemployment and stand that, like some type of sarcastic. I'm sitting here thinking like, why would you? And then they turned around and said he was joking. So I'm like, okay, so what's the joke in that? Like that was really just you trying to be mean. But it was an intensive kind of like, I think it was intentional what he said, even though he quote unquote said he was joking. But he only said he was joking when I turned around and looked at him like, why would you make a joke like that? So I feel like some people, but if that was your mechanism, to where it's just like you just say things and you just spurt it out and you don't mean to be mean, but the way it's perceived, it's mean to say, then that could just be something in your head. Like I honestly feel like some people just don't know that they being mean and they just say whatever they think and they consider that to be real and just being authentically them. But ultimately, sometimes, you know, you have to check yourself when you come, especially with certain people. Like, okay, if it's a random person, you know what I'm saying, in the street, maybe, but if it's somebody that you possibly care about and you just making something and you're not thinking about it before you say it, that's mean. You're intentionally being mean.
Right. I agree. Or using the same scenario that I saw, an inconsiderate person would sit there knowing that there's a seat available and put their purse, you know, in an empty seat.
Yep. Seen that too.
And then if someone else brings it to their attention, they're like, oh, I wasn't thinking about that. I didn't even see her.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that they're a mean person. It's inconsiderate because they didn't consider anybody but themselves. Now
you tell me who was mean in this
person,
situation.
Right, a mean person that is inconsiderate would have their purse in the seat right there, knowing that this elderly woman needed to sit down, and I intervene and say, hey, can you move your purse so that this elderly lady,
and then when she asked, she said, hell no.
Put my purse on the floor. This is a Louis Vuitton, and I don't put it on the floor. Once my mother leaves the line, then she can have my seat. That is mean and inconsiderate.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So
Saying that's I was trying to say. Like,
I think every mean person is also inconsiderate, but I do not believe that people are inconsiderate outside. And I bring my umbrella, and Chloe is there with me. She didn't bring her umbrella, and I put my umbrella up, and I'm running to my car. Come on, Chloe, come. That's inconsiderate. But it doesn't mean I'm not mean, because Chloe be like, hey, can I get up under the, oh girl,
I'm like you, I'll be running under the, you're not gonna leave me.
I'm just trying to save my hair. I was inconsiderate, but I wasn't mean. But I can't think of one situation where someone is mean and considerate. I can't think
those
of
kind of
any.
intermingle. But
yeah,
do you think that all mean, like, you know, that mean behavior is always deep rooted in a deep thing? Like, because maybe it's just them being an a-hole is just who they are. Like, do you think people are just innately mean?
Yes, absolutely. And there's a psychology to that. I think that there are people, and we see this on this app. I have not seen so many mean people until I got on TikTok.
They probably think it's fun.
And to me, that's the worst.
Yeah.
That's the absolute worst kind of person that you could be. One that gets off on being mean. That wakes up and says, who can I be a jerk to today? Who am I going to bully today?
Yeah.
Who am I going to go into their lives and be a keyboard warrior and say some nasty stuff?
Right.
I have seen some of the meanest people in my life on this app. For why? So my daughter used to say when she was little, for why? Not for what? For why?
Why? And yeah, for why? Like, it doesn't make sense. But I think people, I don't think sometimes it's not always a deep rooted thing either. Like, I don't think that it has to be that deep all the time. Like, I think some people really are going through a lot of emotional stuff.
I
But
agree.
I don't think that it's just, sometimes it's not no deep thing. Sometimes it's just who they are, but they don't go far with it. You know what I mean? You can't go far with being a nasty person. And so I think a lot of it, if it is a deep rooted thing with you or with a person or whatever, I feel like you need to not just get help.
I like that.
Oh, go ahead.
Ash to be continued said, because of the safety of being anonymous, bad people go crazy on set. You are absolutely right. You nailed it. And the thing about that's why I call them keyboard warriors, because they are as powerful as their fingers. Because half the people, hi Vicky, half the people that come on, it's like you, Angel. You are a loving, caring, uplifting. Oh, thank you, darling. I love people. I love people. And it's funny because normally, and I am thrilled about the 16 of you that are in here. Normally on my lives, there's 200 people. But because I'm talking about something that is not positive, sexy.
It's talking about positivity or trying to encourage positivity.
Right.
Don't be mean.
Every single time, and I will not stop having conversations. Yes, I'll talk about sex sometimes. And yes, I talk about some controversial things or whatever. And that's when everybody comes. But I'm not going to stop talking about things that matter, that we want to see some change. Because I want to call out these trolls and these TikTok warriors that go on people's posts, unbelievable, and type some of the meanest things. Because, another example, there is a young lady, I cannot think of her name, and I was looking before we came on. She wears a yellow dress. Hey, Mark. And she's looking for her ex-boyfriend. And she wears the same yellow dress, and she's in random places, and she puts on there, somebody told me that he's here. And she might show up at a barbershop, or she might show up at a grocery store, and she's doing this crazy dance, and she's got this wild hair, and her energy is amazing. I'm like, I love when her videos pop up on my For You page, because not only is it hilarious that she's looking for us, but she's doing this crazy dance. She's gorgeous. She's got on this amazing dress. And the hate that this young lady is getting is,
if you ain't got nothing nice on say. Like, to me, I don't find it funny, but do you think I'm gonna be in the comments like, I don't care. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's some things are just not worth it. But I think people really do, because it feeds something in them. It makes them want to do stuff and want to type stuff in the comments, when truth be told, it doesn't, like, I'm not entertained by it. So I scroll it, or I just leave it alone. It's not that big of a deal to me.
Hey, Nick.
Hello.
Madam President.
Hello, how are you? Hello, everybody in the panel. How are you? I thought I would like to chime in on this particular situation.
Please do.
I think I know a little bit about it, seeing as though I recently have been a target of some of these things.
Yeah. Girl, let me tell you, before you speak, everyone, if you are not following any of my guests tonight, especially Thick Nick, because let me tell y'all, she and I on the same page when it comes to big men. I say you got to be too something to do something, and
Thank
then when you
you.
bald headed and you bearded and you got a little bit of salt and pepper in there, ooh 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 ooh. So she is the president of Big Men. Was it Big Men of TikTok?
Den of Big Boys, the Den of Big Boys,
The
the
Den
DOB.
of Big Boys, and
Yes.
I have my membership card. I meant to send you the video that I did of it's getting a little chilly,
Mhm.
and I need me a big,
Oh, baby, it's cuff season all year round my parts. Ain't no such thing as a cuff season. Come on over here, Big Daddy, and let's cuddle.
I'm
But
saying it's
this,
getting cool. I
listen,
definitely want me a big man. But yes, you are attacked for dumb stuff. Please
listen.
speak to the people. Please
See,
speak to the people.
my thing is that I could be here all day talking about what it is that makes people attack you. Number one, we have to remember that negativity and sex sells. I can tell you that the highest times my room has been full of people now used to be 30, 40 people in the room, and the DOB has grown. So like we're averaging 200 in a room. Okay.
Same.
Listen. So let's start with that. A boundary is triggering because a decision that somebody wishes they could make or something they wish they could say is triggering. Success is triggering. I could tell you when I had 400 or 500 people, the only time I ever had like 1,000 people in the room was when John Moss was in there telling us his story, and you couldn't help but be in that room at that time. Other than that, the highest rooms I've ever had is when I'm going off, when there's something negative said, or I'm in a state of distress, or we're in a state of controversy, which is very rare. Let me be clear, that's very rare. We do not do that at the DOB. We also attack conversations that hit intersectionality, relationships, confidence, stereotypes, stigmas, things that are triggering for people. So this is what I have to remember, because last week somebody put me on their podcast and started talking about my name. Said that it was weird and it sounded pornographic. It was all this other stuff. When I tell you that by the time the DOB was done, listen, yeah, they did that last week. Matter of fact, they did that last week. And then someone who got blocked then started putting out slanderous videos about me. Like slander, like what? And it happens. My job is not to process said information for you. My job is not to worry about how you shall internalize it, because I know when I bring the information forward, I'm doing it in the most respectful way that I can. I know that everybody won't agree with my point of view. The fact that I have people that what I say resonates with them in a realistic way, authentic way, is just who I am. You see what I'm saying? Like if I put pieces of me, people attack you because they feel they're entitled to know more about you than you're willing to share, simply because of social media and you put it out there. Invites can be given and invites can be taken. Invites can be limited, and everybody has to remember that too. I think they attacked Mac because there's certain aspects of his relationship, even though he put New York Bay out there's certain aspects of his relationship he's like, I'm just not going to give you, and it really is none of your business.
None of your business.
Listen, I said, and then just people responded like, well, you invited us, and this is what I said. I said, I made a comical video after, but hello everybody. So this is what I'm going to tell you how I feel about that particular situation. It's not the fact that people are nosy, because we know people are nosy. You hear some yelling outside, you got to go mop the sidewalk. You gonna look outside. However, it was the entitlement behind it. Like, simply because you brought something here and you put what you chose to put out here, that's not enough.
Right,
You have
T.
to give me more because you put it out there. People will attack you for that. Think of information on social media like a castle. I don't know if you've ever seen a castle. There's an outer gate and then there's an inner gate.
Yes.
And you assume because I let you in the outer gate, the inner gate is now should be accessible to you as well. Absolutely not.
Absolutely
You'll get attacked for that. It is amazing to me the amount of things that trigger people in this society. It is so amazing. Mind blowing. Simply because you have a platform. Like I put out a video, and here's another thing, like how you internalize it isn't my business. Like I put a video out that was cute. I went viral with this cute video about the stressors that parents go through when sending children back to school.
I'm gonna drop you down, Heart Messenger. Go ahead.
There are certain things that parents go through that will resonate with every single parent. The video was lighthearted. It was funny. But when I tell you, people were like, well, you didn't think about this. Well, what about this? And what about that? How you receive the information I give is not my business. People will come for you, especially when you're doing things in your purpose and in your movement. When you do things authentic, you'll have people come for you simply because they want to emulate what you do because they see how it's received. I get that all the time too.
That part.
I get that all the time too. Like I could do it better than she can. How can you do something better than me that is of me? Is of me. Yeah. So you're basically saying you can do me better than I can do me. No, you can do me adjacent. You can do me parallel, but you definitely can't do me. You can try. It's going to be like Luther Vandross's curl in the 80s. Remember the curl, that quite curl?
They're so entitled. Like, I had someone to try that with me, and I was just like, oh, so you could have had my daughter better than me? She came out of JJ.
Listen. They have better insight. They have better this, better that. Do something with this. Somebody want to be a fashion guru and everything. And this is what I tell everybody. The reason why I have what I have is because I am authentically myself. I didn't have a gimmick. I simply spoke my truth and it resonated with people. All I do is speak my truth and move how I move. Yes. I tell people all the time, like, you want to get to where someone is without the work that went behind it. No, baby, it's levels to. Now I can teach you how to get there, but in order to get there, you still can't do me better than I can do me. People want to just, people want an outlet for the stress. And I'm not going to say an improper outlet. I'm not going to say that. People want an outlet for the stress and triggers that they have not worked through. So it's easier to come to somebody who looks like they're visible, who looks like they have everything. I told somebody said, I'm going to make you my wife. Yeah. I said, yeah. Listen, I said, oh, yeah. No, I did, right. I said, oh, yeah. And I said, well, why? I said, right. Listen, I said, well, why? They said, well, because you're intelligent and you're funny and how you carry yourself. I said, you see what I allowed you to see. You see what I showed you.
Say that again.
You see what I let you see. You don't see everything. I don't put everything out here. I put me out here, but I don't put everything out here because everything ain't for everyone. It ain't for everyone. Now, I said, now you can go based upon what this is, but how do you know? Now, how do you know that when you see the side I don't let everybody see, that's going to be something for you? People then sometimes get confused because I play it down the middle. Anybody that's a DOB member in here tell you, Nick, play it down the middle. I play one side or the other. I play it down the middle. Yeah, if you're right, you're right. If you're wrong, you're wrong. If we can unpack some stuff and think about it again, I will definitely do that. At the end of the day, I play it down the middle. Some people don't like the fact that when you play it down, like people, listen, I'm going to bring up a controversial topic and I'm not getting into this again because I've already spoke about this. But people didn't like my viewpoint on the psychiatrist, the psychologist. The young
The
lady,
one that was fired.
the one that was fired. People didn't
Yeah.
like my viewpoint on that. That didn't change the fact of what it is. People don't like my viewpoint on how I view marriage or how I view relationships or how I view anything of the sort. That doesn't matter. I can't do anything but speak from my place, my
Right.
truth, how I feel. Now, if I can have an open discussion with you and we can talk about it, maybe
Hey,
I'll see it one
King.
way and you see it another. That's fine. But again, not my place to do that. I did a thing called a series
Well,
called
I'm on Angel's line. Get
How
in
to
here.
Catch a Big Boy. It was
Right.
basically the rules and not the rules and regulations, but things you may want to keep in mind. Because if you're
Mhm.
really into big men, these things actually apply. Because you have some fair weather fans, bandwagon fans of big boys, like not a true lover of them. So I did it, and some of the big boys were like, "You're giving away too much information. You're teaching them how to fool us." You're
Hello,
teaching them how to fool us. You're
Jesus.
teaching them how to do this. You're teaching them how to do that. And when I say came attacking me, one came in my inbox so disgustingly. Like I was everything but a child of God. I was everything but what my mama named me.
Wait,
And
one of the big boys said that to
one
you?
of the
They're
big
just
boys,
saying,
because it's
oh,
so trigger. Listen, it's so triggering the fact of how their mental has been done. You have to remember, I sat in a room and listened to some of the
Self-esteem.
stories of these men and some of the things that they have been put through by family, by friends, by society, by women they date. And they that we were listening to the stories like, ain't no way that happened to somebody. That's like made for TV movie. People it triggers them like, oh, you're giving them the map. You say you for us, but you're giving them the map to come and try to trick us. I mean, you would be surprised at what the people say. Now, you would
Not
be surprised at
trick,
what.
but be
Listen,
with
listen,
you.
listen. Again,
Wow.
or they'll say this: it's a hookup site. I can see it's just for you to just get big boys there so you can hook up. And I go, you couldn't have possibly followed my content and said that. You couldn't have possibly been to a live and said that. There's no way in the world you did that, because that's how they internalize it, which again is that's not my job.
not your problem. Yeah,
Not my job.
Right.
You can't
that's not.
you can see Angel and you can say, wow, she's got a lot of following and a lot of this and she like that. She got it going on. We don't know what the hell happens to Angel after this damn phone shut off. You don't know what she got going on. You know what she show you. And the problem is that people think that
Death
everything
threats.
they see is all it is. And that's not. So it hurts people. Then people want to hurt back. Then people want to snap back. You got a boundary of what you mean I can't do that. Listen, you would swear up and down you dealing with somebody's psychosis at every moment. But this is my thing. I have a purpose for what I'm doing.
Hey,
There's a
Lady
bigger
Maya.
fish to
Hello,
fry than your
Maya.
individual feelings. So for that, I'm going to keep pushing. But remember, heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Thank you,
Know
Jesus.
that much. Anything I've gotten, I've earned.
Head. Heavy is the head that wears
Now,
the
Big
crown.
Nick is a chatterbox.
Okay, who is this? Stein?
Anyway,
Hold on, wait a minute.
no,
See,
Nick,
listen,
Nick,
see.
no.
No. I'm
Go
not
ahead.
going to say anything. Had that been in my room, my mods would have cut that off at the knees. That's a negative kind of tone to what
Yeah.
we're trying to say. Even though don't
you being
hide
mean?
side shade under humor. Don't
Not in a
hide
bad
side
way.
shade under, not in a bad way. How does someone take chatterbox in a good way? Be mindful of your words.
Yeah,
They carry a certain
It's about
connotation. Be
so
completely clear. And
definitely.
don't hide side shade
Do I
behind
have any
laughter.
moderators in here? I don't know if
yeah.
I have
We were
any
just talking
moderators.
about that earlier before you get
That
here. It were people that make jokes and they don't think about, okay, well, before it comes out, it just comes in their head and goes straight out. You know what I mean? They don't even think about it.
Right.
you're
And
So
not
we're
thinking
and
about.
always
it's a lot.
okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay, we're not. But let's be respectful of
Respectful.
everyone in the chat, especially those that are on our panel. Waiting patiently is Mike here. We are
I'm going
talking
to.
about mean and messy people. I know I have seen some very hateful things that has been said to every single person that's on this panel, some hateful things that have been said to me. We just had a major creator, Big Spade, say that he's gotten death threats. Death
Yeah,
threats.
heard a lot
On
of
this
them.
is social media. Hi, Auntie Evie. It is so not necessary to be mean. And what blows my mind when I see people doing it, that hurt my heart to hear that you are president of, dating big boys, encouraging women to look at men that oftentimes aren't looked at, for them to take your good and make it bad. I mean, how do we even how do we get to that point? And I've had ladies to come at me and say, women aren't going to take you seriously. You talk too soft. No one's feminine anymore. We are independent, strong women, and we don't need you. Hey, Delashes, we don't need you to tell us how to
If
be
we take
feminine.
that terminology and blow it up Chuck Norris style, I'm so sick of some of the narratives out here, child. It don't make sick of it.
I'm like, wow, all I'm doing is trying to get women to speak to the little girl inside and to be more feminine, because that little girl has the femininity inside of her. We're all born with it. Somewhere along the way, it gets lost, but I want us to bring that back, that feminine energy. And there are women on this app that has attacked me, that's come at me, and I've seen them attack other women that speak about that. I've been called a pick-me. If I had $1 for every single time that I was called a pick-me, I would be a millionaire, only because I am a proponent of women being feminine, being ladylike. And I also support men. And so when I do TikToks or I do live that talks about those, oh, I get called a pick me. Oh, you just want. So here's the thing. So I took that terminology and I said, well, I certainly wouldn't want to be the one that's not picked. Kind of like, the big kid that's picked last at the dodgeball game. Who wants to be that kid? So pick me. I don't care. But just being mean. I had a lady to come on one of my TikToks and tell me to shut up. And I was doing a TikTok about specifically supporting Black men, because the world is against him. The world hates him. There is struggles that he endures every single day. And a woman posted, and I left the post. She posted, "Shut up." I can't make this stuff up.
The women, number one, my wife just said to tell you thank you. She said thank you, Auntie, and I told her don't say that. Number
She's
one,
welcome. Beautiful.
number one. I heard people talk about the sister up there. I've been catching her, right. What's her name? Thick Jack.
Thick Nick Jack.
Yeah. Two Soul. You know I love you, sis. Yeah. They've been. I heard him say like she's too strong or whatever. Um, boys talk like that.
Right.
My mom taught me a strong, as you know, I always tell you, a strong Nubian woman, a strong black woman is the sweetest woman in the world. The only time people have issues with women like y'all is when they have a hidden agenda. Oh, I'm about to get in trouble. Should I say what I'm gonna say?
That's
Should I say
my
it?
daughter, y'all. Follow her.
Who?
She said, my mom might not clap back, but I do.
Oh yes. Oh yeah, my
Oh
mic
no,
was
you
on.
clap back before, Angel. I've seen
Um,
it, but it's like a nice subtle. It's like where I'm just like
yeah,
I don't know where to be
See,
like.
I'm not nice. When I clap back, I'm the mother of Black Air Force One energy, according to the
check
Dob.
this
They said
Oh
she
out.
the
yeah,
mother
yeah.
of Black
You know,
Air
that's
Force
why I
One
have to be like,
energy, lady.
no, no,
Yeah.
don't look
That
at
have
the
issues,
comment. Don't look at it.
the
Don't look
women
at
that
it.
has issues with y'all, and Angel didn't say this. Nobody here said this but me. The people, because I heard the people that have issues with y'all are people that have low self-esteem. And if they've been abused or whatever, I apologize, but they have low self-esteem. They don't appreciate when they look in the mirror. I'm saying this, okay? And
Mm-hmm.
they don't believe in the God in them. No
Mm,
person that loves them and loves on themselves in all aspects of life, they're not gonna have issues with y'all.
I agree.
You know what I mean? So a strong Nubian woman, right? Some of you may say black. This is black, so we not black. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. But a strong
Lee.
Nubian woman is the sweetest woman in the world. Y'all attitude, y'all disposition is a turn on for real men, for real women. Man means mind and how excuse me, and how that man operates out of his mind on the spiritual level. So if man means mind, then you know woman means mind. And the woman knows how to operate out of her mind on the spiritual level. The body is only a poem speaking to the mind.
Wow.
Your behavior pattern shouldn't control your thought pattern. That's why I did all
Mm,
20 straight years, because I started allowing my behavior pattern to control my thought pattern. And it turned into a vigilante situation against the police. See what I'm saying? So I don't got the energy for it. You know what I mean? If anybody say your name, I'm outside. Y'all not saying I'm saying, and you know I'm outside, Angel. I'm
yes.
outside. So, but I heard great things about you, sister. You don't know me, but I've been following you, catch you in different lives, and you
Thank
always
you.
the same way. You welcome.
She
You always
is.
the
She
same
is.
way.
Come on,
So
camera, Midas touch.
I got a lot of respect for you.
Woo, beer gasm.
I'm gonna let this king drop his
That's
jewels,
one of
but
mine right there. That's one
I
of the
have a
big
lot of
boys right
respect for
there.
you.
I was like,
Thank
oh,
you
look at
so
that
much.
beer
Thank you so much.
What's up,
Not
king?
beer gasm,
So
might have stopped.
Mike,
so
I just want to say thank you so much for dropping those gems. And you're absolutely right. You know, it's kind of like the elephant in the room. I'm glad that you said it. I think it's received better coming from you, but you're absolutely right. Welcome, Midas Touch. I think this is your first time coming into the bots. Welcome to Conversations with Angel. We are talking about mean and messy people. So, what say you?
well, I already follow you, of course. And then for me to scroll by and see prayers in the box, I said I most definitely got to stop in. And then as soon as I stop in, I see you got a missing clown from the circus in here talking about some shit chatterbox. Listen,
Right.
man.
Okay.
And then I seen him. He must have
Thank you,
exited and
clown.
then jumped back in here. Because he jumped back in here. I don't know if he just didn't get kicked or what, but I don't. We don't play that about our prayers. I mean, and that's just what any woman. If you don't like what somebody has to say, then he's more than welcome to leave.
Right.
He ain't got to be in here.
Right.
And that was him
Right.
being mean and messy. Because for what point do he got to call her a chatterbox? All he got to do is listen to what she's saying, and she's really giving him some real information.
Some real and if
And
I felt like she was that as the host, I would have stopped her. But every single thing she was saying was absolutely correct.
God
Midas
spoke through
touch.
her.
So you said
So,
something
Angel,
that was powerful. You said something that was powerful. And I appreciate any man that comes to the protection and aid of a woman. And there's not enough of that happens on this app. I have seen men and women verbally attack women, and men have sat by and said nothing. So who's worse? The person that is attacking, or the man that leaves her unprotected?
The man that leaves her unprotected.
Yes, sir.
You better
I
speak,
feel the
King. You
same
better
way.
tell the truth,
So
King.
Angel, this is a clear example of what I mean when I talk about the Dob. See, Midas, that's a Dob member. He is one of our
Okay.
big boys. But when I tell you Midas don't play about prayers, none of those men do.
I love
Because
it.
those men value the space to which they are given. Those men value the women who come to that space. And I want to make a correction. The space is for the mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being of the big boys. It is a men's space. And I
Yes.
tell women that if you come to the space and you get something out of it as well, that is all well and good, but it's theirs. The other day we were in a live and one of the women got attacked. And when I tell you the men pounced, the men pounced. The men was like, absolutely not. We're not going to do it. But
Right.
what Midas will tell you about me, he'll say, she is the sweetest person you meet, but she just ain't going to take no junk because there's a bigger fish to fry that she has to play out here. But if you talk to her, she's one of the sweetest people you'll ever want to meet, which is on the lines of what my brother was saying here. I think we think that, for lack of a better term, docile and gentle is feminine or sweet or whatever the case may be, but it's actually not. I'm pretty sure that they are mad at you, Angel, because your voice is so delicate, and when you talk, it's so like this, and when I laugh, it's like this. But at the end of the day, that doesn't mean that you're not any less fierce than any other Nubian queen out
Right.
here. Do you
Right.
see what I'm
I
saying?
pack a Glock.
We have to
I'll
we have
shoot
to be we have to be careful of the projecting of
Hey, Big
expectations,
Key.
the
Hey,
projecting
Rocco.
of behavior, the projecting
Hey,
of
Chris.
stereotypes on other people as a mindset to how they
Right.
should govern their life. So what happens is when you don't live your life the way I feel you should live your life, now I'm going to be mean. When you have said something that resonates with me to a way where it impacts me negatively, I'm going to call you a chatterbox. Do you see what I'm saying? Because side shade is still
Right.
shade, no matter how it comes. But when I tell you they ain't going to let you see Midas, you told them, sweetheart, it's okay. It's okay. Look at his face. He not happy because he don't like you coming for
No,
people.
because it's not because it's you can't. It just burns my skin like
Mhm.
you're a man. Stand on your own feet. Stop being weak minded. Protect her at all costs. If she's saying something that you don't like, ask her to explain it to you if you don't understand.
Right.
So for the ladies that get attacked, and I notice what happens on this app a lot is ladies get attacked when the men don't understand and when the women don't understand. So what you do, Angel, because they don't understand you, and the best thing that the first instinct for them is to tear you down to where they're at. And then, and as soon as they can tear you down to where they're at, oh, but then she ain't talking about nothing. But they gotta
Right.
attack you first. And
But my
then for prayers like we not
pissing
going
me
for that
off.
for prayers. We riding.
Right.
I'm a stepper. Prayers already know. So I'm not we're not going for none of that. Especially if you in our den. If you in our den, you ain't coming in there to say nothing.
They're not
That's why I
going
was going to
around
tell
the
you to
street
hand me
doing this to people, though. They're
huh?
not going around out here. I'm out here. They ain't going up with cats like that. They're not going around here attacking people's sisters and moms just on the strength like that. So they got
Nah.
this
They hide
platform.
behind that
They use
keyboard.
this platform to hide behind
Really,
that
Big Key?
keyboard. But I'm outside. I'm outside about. Now, I just met this sister. Really, I'm outside about her. But I'm outside about these sisters.
Right.
And you see my face.
Listen.
I'm outside. I'm not playing no games, man. You're a coward. You're going to always be a coward. Stay in your place. They more.
Man,
No.
I'm a father of
Go ahead,
3
Mike.
girls.
Yes.
I'm a father of 3 girls and I got a grandbaby. Before I let my daughter see any woman get disrespected or even have to think if somebody is going to be able to protect her, I'm gonna do it at all costs to protect the women that's in my presence. And if it's just via this app, if I see it online, whatever the case is, if I'm right there to say something, trust me, I'm gonna say something. Because what a lot of these men don't understand is they have mothers. They would not allow another man to talk to their mother like that.
Definitely.
They would not allow another man to talk to their daughters like that.
We don't know that.
No. I'm telling you. Listen, it's a lot of guys out here that ain't shit, that you know they're a piece of shit, but when somebody disrespect a woman that's close to them, they lose their mind and they don't have no
Oh,
understand
they
for it.
mothers. Oh, I got you. I misunderstood you. Yeah,
No,
yeah,
I'm just saying,
yeah,
it could be their daughters.
yeah.
It could be their daughters. Anybody that's within their circle of their family, they're not gonna allow
Right.
no outside man
They're
to talk to
not.
them.
They're
Yeah.
not. They
Listen, they're not
absolutely
gonna
But they
not.
allow
go
anybody,
disrespect somebody
And
else's
so,
family
but
though.
but
but
they
the
will
thing
do it in a
that
heartbeat.
blows my mind, the thing that blows my mind, especially about this app, is you see it time and time again where people come in, whether it be a live or posting on someone's video, they take issue with the most mundane thing and blow it up. Oh my God. It's like the lady in the yellow dress that I was talking about earlier. She's gorgeous. She has a
I'm about to come to
huge
the door.
following. She's making videos about looking for her ex-boyfriend. And she's running around. She's y'all have seen her. I can't remember what her name is, but she's gorgeous. And the hate that woman is given is unbelievable. And my thing is, you have this thing called a finger, and you can swipe up or you can swipe down. You don't have to engage. You don't have to look at their content. But you have people that go in lives and will heckle people and just talk nasty. Now, I'm not talking about trolls that just come in and talk about random stuff, but I'm talking about people just like the gentleman, earlier. I'm talking about people that come in and talk about people's hair. I had someone, a young lady, to come into my live a couple weeks ago and say, "That's a wig." And I'm like, "And?" Yeah, I wear them a lot. I wear the wigs, I wear braids. I might be blonde tomorrow. I might have red hair Monday. Next Wednesday, I might have straight black hair, bob, or I might have yaki all the way down my tail. But the
Oh,
fact that she came in and I said that and I was like, "Okay, darling." She didn't have a picture up. It was just the ghost face. And I'm like, what purpose? How did that improve your life to come in and say that? But it didn't stop there. Then she starts talking about other people on the panel. The moderators got her out of there. But I'm like, why do that? Why be so mean? Where does that come from? Someone
Low
mentioned in
self-esteem.
the chat that people have gotten meaner since COVID. I don't know that people have gotten meaner since COVID, but I think we're seeing it more because we were in seclusion. We're still kind of in seclusion. We're still kind of in. And so it's
Yes,
more
we are.
visible. Just like this racism thing. It's visible. It's always been around, but we're seeing it now because everybody's got cell phones. Everybody has cameras and can record it and make it visible. So, I'm blown away at the meanness. But then you talk about messy. Now, I have seen people be so messy on this app when it comes to especially don't get in a relationship on this app. Oh my God. I have heard stories of people going in somebody's DM soon as they find out that they're in a relationship to deliberately tell the person something negative about the other person, and they don't know that person from Adam. I mean, Midas and I are in a relationship. Let's say Midas and I are in a relationship.
hey, boo, be
And
careful.
Mike comes in to my inbox and tells me, "Angel, I know that you and Midas are dating, but
Yeah.
he was
Yeah.
with Chloe last week, and you just might need to watch him. That's messy as hell. Why are we doing that? What? Let them people be great and be in their relationship. Why are you in that? I know this for a fact. I know this has happened.
Yeah.
And the three people don't know each other. They just know each other from TikTok.
And Lord knows, don't let them know none of your personal business.
Oh, it's gonna be a video.
Oh, it's gonna be somebody's content.
It's gonna be somebody's content. It's gonna be very true. Or we'll send a screenshot of him asking to borrow $5 from 3. Oh my God! Don't talk about money. Don't talk about money. Oh my gosh. People exploiting people. Messy with money. Now, if I give Fabulous One $20 out of the goodness of my heart, I say, here you go. I'm gonna give you this $20. And me and you know, verbal expressions. Hey, I'm using people I see in the chat. We are talking, and I say, hey, do you know Fabulous One? And verbal expressions say, yeah, I know. Well, you know, she came to me and asked me for $20. Who does that? People on TikTok. Messy.
People.
Messy. And then don't do a duet with somebody. Y'all, I have been in so many relationships on TikTok. Every time I do a duet with somebody, we go together. Every time. The messy people come in my box. Oh, I didn't know that you and Midas was talking. Huh? What?
Baby, she's only using that as an
example. I can't help it that we have chemistry. I can't help it that, you know, y'all know I talk about beergasm, and I love me a salt and pepper beer. But really? Because we did a duet together? Now, Big King, now you know my rules.
Well, I mean, but you don't hear the background. I'm kind of driving, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to, you know.
Okay, I'm going to give you a pass because you're driving.
Yes, ma'am.
And I don't want you to get bananas. Welcome to Conversations with Angel. We talk about being a messy people. What to say?
We can't really hear you. He got a lot of air.
Do you have the air conditioner on and the windows down?
No, you know what? It's probably best that I just go ahead and jump out. I wasn't going to do nothing but be messy anyway. You know what I'm saying? I just came in to be messy.
I want to know. Be messy.
Well, look. I heard you in a relationship with Midas just now, and I was wondering. I said, well, hell, let me get in the box. Maybe you can be in a relationship with me. You know what I mean? I got a little jealous right there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, okay, so y'all followers of either me and Big Keith, you know, we just launched our NFL highlights show last night, 10:30. We talked about week 1 NFL. We gave our projections for the winners for the upcoming week. Our DMs was lit up. I said, oh, Lord, we done gave something to talk about. He off camera, but he's fine too. I've got 3 fine black men on my panel tonight.
I'm married.
Okay,
I'm first.
I'm for the streets.
So y'all can't put us together. And I love his wife to death. So y'all can't put us together. He married. But I guarantee you, by the end of this live, by the time this live is over, Midas and I, because I use him as an example, Midas and I get married, and Keith is my sneaky link.
Yep, there it is. There it is. Yes, sir.
Make sure
Now
you
one
have her
lot
back
told
before
me.
you left. Have her back before you left.
Have it back for
Hey, this see we sharing the society. Look at
Listen, but let me go ahead and make this announcement. My TikTok wife in the comments. So
Who's your TikTok wife?
let me go ahead and make. I ain't gonna throw her under the bus. I'm just gonna say she in the comments.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't want no
Okay,
smoke.
TikTok wife.
I've been
I
getting.
was just using him as an example. But
Alright,
it's
And I'm married.
crazy. And Keith knows, and I'm not gonna put it out there unless you want to put it out there. But Keith has been a victim to messy.
oh my
And
God.
the sad thing about it is, we come on this platform, a lot of us,
Hey, Professor.
for
Don't be talking about my
entertainment.
woman beautiful. Don't do that to yourself. You catch her in
Oh,
that den.
thank you for calling me beautiful. Sorry, Midas. But
Yeah.
people that are messy on here, Keith, I don't know if you want to speak to this or if you just want to not.
Well,
I don't want to speak
well,
for you.
well, you know, I mean, I'm not going to touch on all of it. You know what I'm saying? But I will say, yeah, you're exactly right. And then everything you guys talked about, you know, it's a bunch of mess. You know, but I'm one of those guys in my character and my nature and how I feel. You know, I don't feed the mess. You know what I'm saying? If I don't feed it, it chokes itself out. If you don't water grass, it won't grow. You know what I'm saying? And so I just kind of leave it alone. You know, it's kind of like what you just got to talking about, swiping up. You know, even when it's got your name on it, you know what I'm saying? I just refuse to feed that bullshit. You know what I mean? I'm just not that dude. You know, tell your ass shit. I don't give a damn. It's a lot of people like me and a lot of people don't. Ask me, you know, the ones that don't ask me if I care. I just don't care.
Right.
You know?
I agree. And the thing about it is, if everybody likes you, you're not doing something right. So I knew, and how does the saying go? New level, new devil. I think that the more followers you get, whether you've got 1,000 or 100,000, but I think the more popular you become, the more haters are going to come. It's kind of like, you know that you arrived when you start getting mean people and attacked. And it's sad, but look at celebrities.
What's up, Elwood?
They can't even eat dinner out in public without the paparazzi coming, and they can't have peace. They can't just live their lives. And so now that we've got this space that we come on, whether we're entertaining or doing things, you know, satirically or whatever that is, we're going to have people that's going to come at us. I would be very leery about any creator that comes in here and says, oh, my TikTok experience has been 100% perfect. Everybody likes me. Nobody hates me. Then I'm going to be looking at you with the side eye because you're not doing something right or you're a robot. Because even people that are giving good information, people that do DIY projects on here, there's still somebody that says, I could do that. Doctors giving medical advice. I've seen doctors have people to make negative comments. Where did you get your degree from? Show us your credentials.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, I'll leave this example. So I did a duet with my daughter. You know, and I didn't actually do it. You know, she was teasing me. You know, my kids like to mock me. You know what I'm saying? And kind of like my man might have said a minute ago. You know, you want to protect. You want to protect. You know, you want to protect her, right? I get it. But here's the thing. Somebody came on and, you know, she was dancing and I was dancing, you know, and we wasn't doing nothing. You know, I ain't no dancer. You know what I mean? I wasn't never that MC Hammer guy. I didn't do all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that person came on and whether or not they was being funny or not, you know, I couldn't tell. Didn't really care, like I said. But they said, well, y'all ain't did nothing. And I'm like, Okay, like I said, I didn't even feed it. I won't feed
What
it.
was the
You don't
purpose
know
though?
exactly. You don't know me, and you don't know my daughter, so you don't know what the hell he done done. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. I mean, that's just messy. You know, if you ain't got nothing nice to say. My mama used to say this all the time. You ain't got nothing nice to say. Don't say
Don't say
nothing.
anything at all.
Yeah,
And
let it
you
go.
have the ability to go to either another live. And again, Keith and Mike, you all know, and Midas, I don't know if this is your first time, but you all know normally my lives, the lowest numbers I have is 150. But tonight, because I'm talking about something of substance and I'm calling out meanness, bullying, hardly nobody here. But if I was
It's
calling
drama that
names
sells.
and talking about people specifically, this room would be filled.
Because the drama sells, negativity sells,
Drama and negative,
and everybody
and
want to buy into that.
conversations ain't gonna be about that. It's not gonna be about that.
Yeah.
Wow. And my daughter said something quite fascinating.
Which
I
one is
love
your
her.
daughter?
She's so smart. She said people think they know you based off of your social media. And how could you possibly know somebody based off, you don't know if I'm not just being a character. And I play characters on here all the time. I play characters. I might be green. I was green early. I might have blue eyes. I might have green eyes. I might have blonde hair. I might be funny. I might be serious. But you don't know me. And you cannot base your opinion off of someone based on, and that's why I say to any couple anybody that links up on social media, I always ask them, when did you take your relationship off social media? Meaning, you might have met on social media, but have you taken it off of there so that you get to know the full person? I'm just saying. Thank you, EB. Guys, do y'all have any parting words? I'm ending my live early tonight because I've got an early morning at my office. But I thank, first of all, I want to thank all of you for coming in tonight. Please follow everybody in the chat, everybody that's made comments. Follow every one of the panelists here. Y'all follow each other. Of course, if it's your desire, follow me, the hostess with the mostest. Next week, I know I said this last week, but next week I'm talking about hygiene.
Hey Keith,
Ooh, hell yeah. Yeah.
You got 18 more minutes with her. You better send her his back by 11.
Keith, you have 18 more minutes.
Okay, what would I do with you in 18 minutes? Ooh, let's see.
Hey, listen.
We 6 times in right there, shoot.
God damn it.
I want to say to everybody, remain steadfast, remain conscious minded of who you are, who you was, who you are, and where you're going. And know that you are kings and queens. Accept who you are. The things you don't like, make a change. Gandhi said, be the change that you want to see happen in the world today. Y'all two kings, it's nice to meet y'all. I'm
It's a
following
pleasure to
y'all,
meet you as well,
and I
brother.
love y'all from man to man. We have an issue in our community called a disease called ignorance. And the cure to that disease is having knowledge of self. And brothers have a problem with telling each other we love each other because the first date is it's on some other stuff. Why we gotta be so quick to think that? Are you curious like that? I'm not. So I
Wow.
love y'all kings, man. Please
brother.
stay who y'all are. Angel, I'll give you a call tomorrow. Love you, big sis. Love
I
y'all.
love
One love.
you.
Yeah.
Tell
Safe, all right?
wifey I said
Solid.
I love her.
That's solid talk, my brother. I sure appreciate you. I love you back. You know what I'm saying? And look, I can't even follow that with nothing else but shit. But hoping I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and do it all over again. So
Yeah.
that's good talk right there.
That is
Yeah.
good talk.
So yeah.
Thank you,
Watching the
Keith.
clock there, brother. 17 minutes.
Yeah, I see you, man. I see you, Midas. Hey, look, I know you were looking at the clock, man. I know. Hey, listen, she will be there. Trust me. Cause I gotta get up and go to work in the morning too.
You close your eyes, I'm gonna be like, wake up, sit her ass on.
Hey, look. Let me tell you something about thoroughbred horses. Okay, they got one horse that warm up, and the other one is the real deal, right? I guess I got Midas. I guess she got hands. She all warmed up for you now. You ready to have her?
Yeah, pussy.
She back home.
Hey, listen. Don't. I can't really hear you.
You were breaking up, Keith.
Hey, put some more quarters in your Wi-Fi.
Oh my man, see I messed up. Man, just kill my damn joke. Damn, it's gone. What the hell?
Yeah, put some more quarters in the machine. Your Wi-Fi feed.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Brother, it was a pleasure. It's always nice to meet new people and be able to
Likewise.
come together and talk about something. We can talk about freaky deaky all day long, but when we get in a room and we can have a decent conversation, and it's always a pleasure to talk about protecting our own. So
thank you.
So brother, I'm about to send you some gifts so that you can get some tokens.
I love it.
Because I want your Wi-Fi to work next time.
I love
Hey,
it.
it's working next Tuesday. Make sure you join in with us next Tuesday, man, so we can have some fun. I know you're a football fan. Well, who's your team? Who's your team?
Kansas City.
Ooh. Y'all
Okay,
might
all right.
be going to the big dance this year.
Yeah, hey, I tell you what, we had some good things to say about Kansas City, man. So come on in and rep your team next Tuesday.
We did.
Next Tuesday, what time?
10:30 Eastern. 9:30.
9:36.
I travel every week.
Okay.
So I have to I'm a traveling massage therapist.
Right. Oh, I've seen your videos, Midas Touch.
Shit, I'm gonna watch the video. I'm gonna learn how to do some of that shit.
What
Hey,
you
listen,
say,
bro.
I said I'm gonna learn how to do some of that shit. Hey, look, man, put the tutorials up. I need that in my repertoire.
Listen, all you gotta do is watch. Listen. I mean, real quick. Earlier, when you were talking about how people be mean and messy, I went live to show men, like telling them step by step what to do, just to give their wife a little bit of their woman a little bit of conflict. Somebody kept reporting the live, so they shut me down. Not once but twice.
What?
Oh wow.
And they kept reporting and saying it was nudity, but she was completely clothed. She had she had the sheets wrapped on. She was covered.
Wow.
But they, even on some of my videos, they get reported.
And I've seen some of your videos.
Well, I got shut down for playing. I got shut down for. Yeah, I got shut down for playing golf. So it don't surprise me.
Yeah.
So that's crazy.
And
bro, all you gotta do is look at my videos and just try to mimic it.
Yeah.
Hey, don't think I ain't. Angel, I got you next time. I'm gonna watch the tutorial. Yeah. See, we're gonna do it before you have to get back home.
Okay.
Oh wait, hold on. Time out. Did he just say he was gonna do that for you? I'm gonna take all the tires off your truck. I'm gonna put your shit on bricks. Not cinder blocks, but the little red bricks that they form the gardens with. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make sure that you're gonna have to put rotors and scrape everything. Gonna be scraped up under the bottom.
Oh, God.
Oh my God. I love
Listen,
it.
but you know what though? I'm gonna leave you one tire. That way the insurance won't cover it.
Ooh!
Wait a minute, it sound like he done that before.
If you take all the tires except for one, insurance won't cover it. But if you take all of them, insurance won't cover
Wow. I had no idea. And I don't
See
even
what
want
you
to
learn?
know how you know.
See what you learn about these messy shows? See what you learn? You learn how to be messy.
Hey, listen, I'm protecting my own.
Hey, right
There
on.
you go.
I gotta
There
protect
you have it.
Ooh, shit.
So you mean
Oh,
that I
man.
can get 2 massages out of this?
Yeah.
Say that again.
I can get 2
Say that again. I
massages.
didn't hear.
Yes.
Oh, he didn't say nothing.
She wants 2. She wants 2. Hey, look. It takes 2 to make the thing go right.
Well, after I touch her, she ain't gonna need you to touch her.
Is your daughter
you
still
call
in
her,
here?
you know what you gonna
Lord
do?
have mercy. Baby, close your ears. Don't get out of here. Run.
Listen, you know when I touch her, you know what you gonna do when you call her? As soon as I finish massaging, you gonna go to call her and it's gonna be going. Doo-doo-doo. The person you're trying to reach cannot be located. Please try the number.
God. Oh my.
Oh, man. But hey, on
You
that
all
note,
follow
I'm
my
out of here because my time is
really
up.
wants to come in my
Yeah,
live. She really wants to come in my live. So please follow my
Hey man,
baby.
Keith, man, it was a pleasure to be able to talk spit with you, man. I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
be safe out
likewise.
there
Yeah, I locked
because you
in with
know
a follow on
it's
you.
dangerous
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you're a truck driver.
No, man, I'm not. No, I sit behind the desk. I drive a big ass
Oh,
truck,
you in
but
your
I'm not in.
POV? Oh, I know I'm still in the rubber off of them joints. Oh, you know what? Actually, you know what? You know what though? I'm not even that type of guy. So what I'll do is I'm gonna leave your tires alone. I'm just gonna pull the valve stem seal out, so it'll just go flat.
Wait a minute, hold
You
on.
just gotta.
I'd rather you just go. Hey, I'd rather you just go and take the tires on this damn truck because this truck sit about 10 feet high. You know what I'm saying? Said I got to jump up out this was. Yeah, don't take the valve steel.
Oh.
Hey, you were doing good when
Hey,
you
you know
said
what?
you gonna take the tires.
You know what? Instead of doing the valve stems, you know what I'm doing now that I know it's 10 feet tall? I'm gonna take your running bullets off.
Wait a minute, hold on. Wait, I gotta protect now. Wait a minute, cause my mama get in and out of my truck and she needs them damn running
I leave
boards.
them on the passenger side then.
Okay, all right.
Y'all are amazing. For those of you all that are just joining, we're coming to the end of this live. These two have been like this.
He got
all
that good
night.
Pirelli. Pirelli tires on it, huh?
Yeah.
It's all
No,
good.
man,
Hey.
no, this Mickey Thompson, man. Come on now, you know this Mickey. You know we do.
Oh, you got Mickey
This
Thompson?
Texas.
Oh.
Yeah, this Texas, man. Come on, we in Texas. I'm in
listen.
Texas, bro.
See, you shouldn't even told me Mickey Thompson. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give me a knife and cut one of the rubber stubs off on the outer lip.
See, I don't
Hey,
know
wait a
what
minute.
that is.
Well, what he's trying to tell you is that he's gonna flip my damn truck. Cause what's gonna happen is gonna be riding so bad, I'm gonna flip over as soon as I bust a left. That's what he telling you.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Y'all are a mess.
Yeah,
So,
man. I appreciate you.
everybody, follow these two amazing creators, these two handsome black men. If you are new to this live, Conversations with Angel, every Wednesday night, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Tuesdays, last night was our first night, every Tuesday during the NFL football season. Big Keith and I give highlights of the previous week's game, and then we give our projections for the next week. That's 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, 9:30 Central. Next week on Conversations with Angel, I want us to talk about hygiene, particularly hygiene and how it affects your relationship. Do you go to the dentist at least twice a year to get your cleanings? Nobody wants to kiss somebody with a yuck mouth. When you take your clothes off to get ready to do some adult things, is there something that needs to be addressed in the bathroom? We talking about all of that. You grown. You know that you stinky. You can smell yourself. We're going to talk about hygiene and how important it is and how it is ruining relationships because people are not taking care of their bodily needs. And yes, it is a very important topic. Very important. So next week, join me.
And next week when I come in, I'm already gonna be on that topic because I shave all the hair off my body so I'll be more aerodynamic.
Ooh.
So Keith, I'm gonna be able to fight your ass off, my baby.
Style bender. He's a style bender.
Exactly. I'm the original airbender around this.
Oh my God.
So, all right.
Oh, shit.
All right, man.
I love you all.
All right.
We'll see you
Good night.
next
I
week
appreciate you.
on the next Conversations with Angel. Thank you guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
Y'all have
Y'all
a
stay
good
up.
night.
Thank you. Bye-bye.